All right, and we are underway here. The next game, ICT taking on the Ithaca League of Women Rollers. My name is Rockton Mike. I've got MC Unreal with me.
Yes, happy to be back with you, Mike, and another roller derby game. Go figure that here in Mayhem 2016.
What, more roller derby in a roller derby tournament?
Oh, man, go figure that.
Crazy
yeah, I'm
talk.
pretty loud. Go ahead and turn us down. Yeah, we'll try not to blow your ears out there on the broadcast side. Got a couple more powerful voices here this round, so yeah, get that game kicked way down.
They weren't ready for us.
All right, so once again, we've got Ithaca. They've already jumped out, taken the lead. We got 4 points on the board. That was a quick 4 points. Just based on our situation here, we will notify you as we go of who is under the stars running the offensive side of things today.
That's right. And as you can see, we are currently positioned right here on the outside of turn 1. It's a little tough for us to see until they actually come by us, so we'll get you updated as soon as we know who's who.
Indeed, and in right now again for Ithaca again in red, that is number 817. 817. That's Jagger. So she is out. Lead jammer has been signaled, battling against the 7108. That's Vanilla Slice. So interesting. Last game we announced we had LC Hammer,
and now we've got Vanilla Slice.
Oh man, just
Kicking
bringing
it back to the 90s.
Bam. So. Anyhow,
yes,
we'll just leave that right there. So again, thanks for coming back, for joining us here. We got lots of derbs coming your way. This is game 4 here on track 1 today, and oh sweet, gonna get some. Shifting of angles. We fortunately got that second camera over there on turn number 3, so we'll get some a little more up close and personal shots there. But right now, as we continue, ICT is out without lead jammer status. Again, that is the 7108 of Vanilla Slice. Again, lead jammer this time. That is Jagger, and gonna go ahead and take a little skip there, pick up 1 point, call off the jam. But Ithaca is going to go ahead and extend their lead to 10 points right now. And I guess interesting fact, both teams first appearance this year here at Mayhem. So
ICT was here a couple years ago.
Were they here a couple years ago?
Yeah, first appearance was in 2014.
Ah, 14, that's right. And since I can't read.
It's okay, neither can I.
That's all right. So. Yeah, which is the best, because I think I actually might have, generated that information. But hey, it is what it is. So,
and Ithaca, once again, Ithaca with the lead jammer. As soon as she comes back around, we'll get a name and number for you. 0101, Deb Crush be the jammer there.
All right, and I believe that was Lisbeth Salamder jamming out there for ICT. No, sorry, that would have been Ann Histamine, number 0, jamming for ICT. Got sent to the box on a track cut, I believe. So we are going to see Ithaca after already a few strong jams here. They are going to start this one in a power start.
26 minutes left to play. Ithaca currently on top 15-0. But as we've seen earlier today, that can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I tell you what, we just saw a huge hit from number 11, Dogpile, on number 03.
Nuclear Holocaust is...
Okay, we must have had a... Okay, so okay, looks like 03 is that Cold War. I guess Cold War out there again. Now we're going to actually run off of some updated rosters for our game day today. And again, that is Cold War out there for Ithaca, lead jammer. The power jam did conclude, and that is 0. That is antihistamine. for ICT that comes in, takes a big shot, knocks her down on the inside of turn number 1, but she is back up and now looking to score. Right now, we have just points gathering again on the Ithaca side of the board. 15-point jam already.
And calls it off. She picks up an additional 4, making that a 19-point jam. And something to be aware of here, looking at the rankings. The Ithaca League of Women Rollers currently ranked at number 83. ICT a little ways below them at 112. So a bit of a spread there in the rankings, but still not too terribly far apart.
No, definitely not. And I mean, early in the game, just over 5 minutes completed. You know, Ithaca already on top by 34, but again, we know it's Derby. It is early. We'll wait for, you know, ICT to get their feet under them. They have called their first time out and exactly looking to regroup and try to make an effective go at it. Just a little side note, we've actually got Erkin Jerkin. Originally, I mean, she's been all around. Currently,
Erkin in forever.
Erkin coaching ICT.
What?
Yeah, they asked her to and invited her to coach this weekend. So Erkin over there doing work for those ladies in black. So okay, looks like our timeout has completed. That was the call to order. Everybody got a little jumpy
That's
there.
right. They're ready to go.
They are ready to go.
Nobody got time for no timeouts.
No.
Let's do this.
No stinking timeouts here. And so we are going to light this one off. Ithaca with a 4-on-3 defensive advantage right now. That's number 11, Dogpile, taking a break in the skatehouse.net penalty box.
And Ithaca's jammer really fighting hard to try and get out there. That is Nora Morse.
That's a bomb run Brit out there, number 52, doing work, our lead jammer right now.
That is the first lead jammer status for ICT so far in this game. But we're only 5 jams in, so.
We are. And Nora Morse did escape the pack. She is on a high-speed run for points.
Flying around the outside there, yeah.
She did get 2 to ICT's 4. So ICT coming out in the positive on that jam, but they got a little bit to catch up. But, hey, that's a good start.
Plenty of time, though. 23.5 minutes left on the clock in this first half.
Yeah, and as we get ready here, looking over at the skatehouse.net penalty box, it is clear. So we are going to start this full-strength jam.
And scrum start as Ithaca in the red takes up the back half of the pack right off of the pivot line. ICT in black, but ICT will get that lead jammer status. That is number 500, the Subjugator.
Yes, all right. Looks like we've got, that's number 1 out there, Pooter Smacker. Assigned the star, or no, was not assigned the star. I am sorry, that was number
817.
There we go.
Jagger.
Check. There we go. Jagger. So Jagger getting the call. But again, ICT able to get that one, handles it, calls it off after collecting a couple more points. So slowly but surely starting to close that gap. Only 30 points separating the two teams. About 22.5 minutes left here in period number 1.
And another start here. We got jammers coming around. ICT trying to take the inside. Ithaca trying to take the outside. Nobody having a whole lot of luck getting through just yet.
That's going to be a vanilla slice out there for ICT. Got knocked off the track. Going up against, I believe that's the 0101 of Deb Crush. And from, I believe her.
Yes, that is Deb Crush.
Deb Crush.
With that lead jammer status.
And she's just forcing her way through that pack right now as they hit turn number 3. She is going to collect all 5 points available, so we have the natural grand slam in play, extending Ithaca's lead out a little bit more here. Again, this is jam number 7 of our first period. And looks like we have a cover pass. That is number 11, Dogpile, that took over the jamming duties for ICT right now. All-Stars working to try to do something, make something positive happen. But Deb Crush makes her way through, grabs a few final points, and calls off that jam. As we line it up to lay it down, we got 39 points separating both our teams here. Just under 21 minutes left. Ithaca hanging on, and again, we are at full strength. Empty skatehouse.net penalty box.
All right, there's our start whistle. Both jammers trying to come up through the middle.
It's heater up out there for ICT, and the zero. Oh my goodness, totally did not catch.
Back around, it's going to be Ithaca though with the lead jammer status.
That's Machete and Meatballs out there wearing the star for Ithaca right now. And again, picking up that lead call. We did just lose one of our ICT blockers to the skatehouse.net penalty box. Looks like that's maybe X-Mental, number 10, taking the break.
Back at a bit of a standstill coming into turn 4.
Yeah, we've got good defense on both sides here. Both doing a great job controlling the jammers.
Yeah, ICT with a very solid 2-wall up at the front of the pack. Starting to reform into a 3-wall here.
Yeah, Machete and Meatballs now trying to get past. We got a combined 2-wall as she is working her way inside and out, trying to find an opening. It's going to be a mandatory chaos coming across, play a little bit of offense, trying to spring Machete out.
It's interesting, there was a no-pack situation call, but then she runs up to the front. Maybe not necessarily the best thing to have done in that case.
Yeah.
So you could have tried to reform behind, but
right.
You know, let's say
prevented
it's
the destruction. So, yeah. And once again, Machete getting recycled back. They are going to drag her back right behind the pivot line before she rejoins play. And looks like we do have a helmet cover on the ground. So ICT had lost the cover. Must have tried to make the pass. Right now, with our updated scoreboard, 54-6. So Ithaca definitely starting to turn up the heat a little bit here. We are just under 18.5 minutes left to play in our first period.
Yes, and we're looking at this 8 jams in. Ithaca has 75% of the lead jammer status.
Yep, which is definitely telling on that
Yeah.
scoreboard right now. Again, you got to get that. You got to keep that lead, be able to control that clock, and right there, Ithaca showing why they are in control, just quick as lightning. That's a Machete and Meatballs. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Nora Morse. 978 and 987. Come on now. But anyhow, Nora Morse trying on the outside to get that called off, as we did. All right, our ICT jammer actually made her way through, getting 3 points. Ithaca scoreless on the jam, so unfortunately, Nora not quite able to get that one called off in time. But you know, ICT will happily take that gain. And
45-point differential.
And again, looking over, skatehouse.net penalty box is empty, so we are lined up and ready to rock on here. As our next jam is underway. This is jam number 10 of our first period. Looks like that's going to be Jagger, I believe, out there for Ithaca.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to see deuce of damage also for Ithaca heading to the skatehouse.net penalty box.
And that is the subjugator jamming for ICT. Who is your lead jammer? So the 2 times she's been jamming, she has been lead both times.
That is nice. And again, though, ICT with the lead jammer status, which is exactly what they need at this point.
So Ithaca's jammer coming around quickly. Need to call it off.
Yeah, we're getting a call, but we're a little slow, I think, on the whistle response there. But Yeah, so that's going to allow Ithaca to pick up a few additional points. I think ICT was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but I think we had just a little bit of a delay for our whistle to blow there. But
3-3 on that jam, so
yeah, just trading it.
differential stays the same.
Yep. And score adjusting 57-12.
Pack lining up now on the pivot line this time.
And this time we're going to see ICT with the one skater pack advantage as Cold War out of the pack for Ithaca. Lead jammer has been signaled. And believe, let's see out there.
Vanilla Slice.
It is
Jeff?
Vanilla Slice, yeah. She comes in. Oh, just totally avoided a huge hit. Mandatory chaos trying to lay down the smack, but she just skated right underneath it and escapes the pack. And being signaled as lead now. So we've got, okay, interesting. Okay, I missed that.
But we definitely do not have a lead jammer now.
Okay, yeah, we are going to go marathon here. We do have Cold War back in play. She had got sent to the penalty box, and again, we are seeing the power jam now in favor of Ithaca as Vanilla Slice taking a break.
And Colborne making her initial pass through. So now Ithaca going with the passive offense coming into turn 4.
Yeah, and right now we're going to see Ithaca's offense light it up a little bit and help break Cold War free. So 5-point grand slam pass.
Already coming back around for her next pass. She's got 3 to get around. 2 more. 1 to go, and she clears the pack. Should be good for all 5. There it is. Both jammers getting through.
Yeah, both with 5 points. We did have Gorgeous Curves for Ithaca heading to that skatehouse.net penalty box as well. Cold War picking herself up off the ground. A little jammer on jammer contact there in the apex of 1 and 2. And right now, both jammers getting drugged back all the way back into turn number 1.
And Vanilla Slice already making her way through turn 2. Gets knocked into the infield as the jam reaches its natural conclusion.
All right, we are going to see 4 more points going up for ICT, 2 more points going up for Ithaca. So again, Ithaca though with another strong jam. If we are updated, actually it looks like ICT coming out on top on that one. 2 points, 12-14 jam. Again, ICT coming out on top. Our score now 69-26.
And next jam already underway.
All right, that is Deb Crush, the 0101, picking up the lead jammer for Ithaca. And number 52, Bomb Run Britt, out there, I believe her second jam.
Yes.
So that one going to come to a quick conclusion. 1 point going on the Ithaca side of the board, so that is going to take them to 70 points. Just under 13 minutes here in period number 1. And I just want to remind everybody that Skate Rats Roller Derby Shop invites you to take a break from the mayhem and visit historic downtown Loveland. Take advantage of big sales and promotions this weekend. You will be amazed by the large inventory and great service at Skate Rats Roller Derby Shop. Find Skate Rats on Facebook for more information. And as I mentioned earlier, a big happy birthday to Skate Rats owner Brian. Hey, happy birthday, Brian.
And that is Nora Morse jamming for Ithaca. She is your lead jammer.
And out there for ICT, Antihistamine. She is free of the pack, scoring eligible, but Nora, Ithaca with great
Nora
awareness,
Morse,
man.
not even feeling bad about it. Calls off the jam after picking up 4.
Yep, 4 here and out. And so that is going to just increase Ithaca's lead by that 4-point margin here, 74-26. Rolling down to 11.5 minutes in our first period. And we got full strength Derby getting ready to roll.
So and if you'd like to try and jump in on the conversation, head over to the Mayday Mayhem Facebook page. I'll be checking it for updates here in a minute. See if we can get your comments out on air.
Indeed, yeah, we'd be happy to, if you want to get some shout outs, something like that, we'd be happy to do that for you. But right now, out there for ICT, that is number 500, the Subjugator, your lead jammer. And for Ithaca, the 817 of Jagger, having a little bit of a tough time. Oh, and the Subjugator with an apex jump, but dragging the toe, picks up the track cut. Tough break for ICT right now, having a great start to that jam. It's going to turn the power jam over to Ithaca, and we are going to see a full 2-minute jam.
That's a very costly cutting the track penalty there. ICT looks like it might have been able to run away with this jam a little bit. Really cut that differential down, but in this case now Ithaca's just going to go ahead and keep padding that lead just a little bit. So now it comes on to ICT's defense to really try and kill this penalty time.
Yeah, certainly. We'll see what they can do here right now. So far, able to contain but with Jagger making the pass, going to pick up 5 points. They held her up for about 6 seconds. Enough time, though. They killed the penalty. We do have Subjugator back in play. Again, we will go the full 2 minutes on the jam. And Jagger taking a big shoulder. That was number 350, Rachel Rage, knocking her out of bounds outside of turn number 2. Recycle her back to the apex. Oh, and a big shot. Combined hit. That was number 10, X-Mental. And we are that jam's gonna get called. Jagger on the ground. Again, that was that big hit there. So we'll get a medic out to take a look at her. Because the jam was called off, she will be sitting for at least 3 jams here consecutively. And
so the good news is she's sitting up.
She's sitting
completely under her own power. So
yeah,
that's probably got her bell rung
Yep.
pretty well. And
yeah, saw it was a big hit, and then, you get hit hard and you hit the ground hard, and that's a pretty evil combination.
Yep.
But go ahead and check her right now. And
that's right, we got our ENTs. They're over there doing their thing, making sure she's all right.
yeah. So, as always, we definitely appreciate our EMTs volunteering this weekend, as well as all the other great volunteers making this happen, all of our skating officials, non-skating officials, the volunteers from Slaughterhouse Derby Girls helping to make this a reality. So, and of course, to all of you watching our broadcast, we appreciate you all tuning in. You got 3 days of Derby happening. If you paid, I believe it's $10, you get all 3 days. So let your friends know. Have them get on there. Have them buy the weekend pass and enjoy lots of great Derby coming to you from Mayhem 2016 here at the ranch in beautiful Loveland, Colorado. Again, I am MC Unreal. Joining me on the mic,
I am Rock to Mike.
Yes, indeed, you are. And so you said anything happened on that Facebook page?
I'm trying to get to it real quick here, but so far looking kind of quiet at the moment.
Quiet, all right. Well, again, if you're listening in, we definitely like to give shout outs if you would like. Send those across, and again, Mike will be tuned in. There we go. That's what we like to see. Jagger getting up. She's got everything ready. So again, looks like she is good. She will sit for 3 consecutive jams, and then will be eligible to play once again. So we will line it up to kick off our next one. We got a score right now. It's going to be 44 points separating the two teams, 46 points, 80-34. We are just over 9.5 minutes left here in our first period.
Should be getting started here in just a second. Everybody looks like they're in position.
Yeah, we should have our call to order whistle, and then a start. Looks like we got X-Mental over there with Erkin talking to one of our referees here.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Yeah, there we are. Okay. right, we've got our official timekeeper, Necro, out there letting them know, the next whistle. That's the next whistle. So here we go. There it is, the countdown, the whistle. And ICT quickly ducking under and out of the pack. That is Vanilla Slice. I mean, she went low and fluid. I mean, that was smooth. So she is through. She is lead jammer out there for Ithaca right now, number 978. That is Machete and Meatballs. So Machete and Meatballs as Vanilla Slice coming around. She's going to gather 4 points, call off the jam. And looks like Ithaca going to pick up 2 points as well before that fourth and final whistle.
Yeah, so good job there getting up just fast enough to get those couple of quick points on the board.
Yeah, the positive jam for ICT. It was a 4-2 jam. Score 82-38. And as we get ready to start, jam number 16 of period number 1.
And 987 jamming for Ithaca, Nora Morse.
And looks like we have had a cover. Don't know if it fell off or it was pulled off to be stashed. Out there for ICT, still trying to confirm. Looks like that's Heater Up. ICT out there, I believe her first jam in today's game, number 180.
Second.
Oh, second, thank you.
Yeah, it was a few jams back, jam number 8.
Okay, and so again, Nora Morse is out. She is lead jammer. She just grabbed a Grand Slam pass. We had the cover pass going to Dogpile now, taking over jammer duties for ICT. So she is out of the pack, eligible to score, as Nora Morse watching her bench, picking up 4 more points. And we are going to have 1 point going up on the ICT side of the board as well. Well, for Ithaca this year, already they've had several games starting their season back on March 12th. They took on Brandywine. Actually lost their first game, 2016. But then they faced off against Ohio, followed by Queen City in April. Not so much luck, but then on April 30th against Salisbury, they came into their own with their first win for 2016. Then on May 1st, playing against DC, they came out a 3-point win over DC again on May 1st. And then before they came out here to Mayhem on May 14th, they beat the Lansing Vixens 233-108. So right now in 2016 sanctioned record, Ithaca sitting 3-3.
All right, that was antihistamine jamming for ICT, getting that lead jammer status, picking up 2 points and calling it off. She was jamming against Deb Crush for Ithaca.
And we will line it up to lay it down. Looks like got one standing in the box for Ithaca. That's the 11-11 of Mandatory Chaos.
And I see one seated as well on the ICT side.
Yeah, and I saw just came into the box, possibly Pooter Smacker, I believe number 1. We will confirm that as soon as we are able to more visibly make that determination here. That's number 3. She is
Cold War.
Cold War. And right now, Cold War getting knocked off the track outside of turn number 1. So we are going to have, oh no, I am so sorry. That was not Cold War. Cold War is our lead jammer. She made her way around the pack to call it off, picking up a couple of points. That was a Subjugator. Got knocked off the track outside of turn 1. No points going up for ICT on the jam. And looks like 4 going to increase the Ithaca lead.
I can see on the line for the Ithaca side, we've got Nora Morse jamming again.
All right, and ICT going to start this one with the defensive 4-on-3 advantage. And that should be
Vanilla Slice?
It is, yeah.
Vanilla Slice it is.
Yep, ICT quickly out of the pack for that lead jammer call. Nora Morse out of the pack now as well. And that is going to be back block. That's going to send Vanilla Slice to the skatehouse.net penalty box. Again, coming in a little hard and a little heavy there. So Nora Morse Again, not lead jammer, but scoring, picking up her first 5 points. And we will once again see a marathon jam.
And Nora Morse trying to shoot to that inside line. Doesn't have, oh, that was a big hit.
That was a big hit. Center off the track coming into turn number 3. They're going to recycle her all the way back into turn number 2 as the out of play was signaled. She ran right in as she was legally allowed. And again, we are going to continue the power jam.
And Nora Morse continuing to take some big hits as she tries to work her way around.
Yeah, we are going to see that power jam coming to a close as Vanilla Slice exiting the Skatehouse.net penalty box. And a nice little move there by Nora Morse, just shifting her weight, shifting her hips, and
bouncing on her toe stops as she moves forward 3 feet.
I don't even know what you'd call that. That was amazing.
It wasn't a jump.
It
she
just shifted,
traveled forward in space.
Yeah, she's got the whole teleport thing down. You know, she's got an advantage. But we got Vanilla Slice through. She just picked up 4 points for ICT. Nora Morse is already up, I believe, 14 points now. Yes. And again, we are going to go the full 2 minutes, running down to about 10 seconds on our jam clock. And just under 3.5 minutes on our period clock. Okay, and that is going to complete it. Now, ICT picking up a 5-point grand slam before the end of that. So a nice job. You know, keeping it close. Kept it only a 3-point advantage on that for Ithaca. So a 16-13 jam, 111-55, and we are at 3 minutes left here in our first period.
And Ithaca with the 4-on-3 pack advantage right now.
Yeah, that is number 350. Excuse me, number 350, Rachel Rage, starting this one from the Skatehouse.net penalty box. And we are going to have a power jam now for ICT. That is
it's Deb Crush in the box for a forearm penalty.
Forearm penalty, which is going to give Bomb Run Britt an opportunity to see if she can't break free of the pack, get that lead jammer call, and put some points on the board before that power jam expires.
Yeah, it needs to be moving quickly.
Very quickly, and she's having a tough time. Again, Ithaca just strong walls, not able to keep her in, but we're going to have a track cut. So, you know what, we are going to switch hands on the power jam. So we do now have, that's Deb Crush back in play. Again, the power jam in favor of Ithaca, and everybody at a standstill on the apex of 3-4 right now. Deb Crush, nice move. Keeps herself distanced, able to separate herself from the pack, and now scoring eligible.
Deb Crush trying to get past the 3 walls that come out of turn 1 going into turn 2. You have one last blocker to clear, shoving her through all the way into the straightaway.
I tell you what, Deb Crush, one strong skater out there. Boy, she just kept on moving. Yeah, and finally able to push. I believe that was X-Mental, the final line of defense out in front there. But great job. Again, both jammers are in play. Again, we're going to run this one out at the final whistle of the jam.
Which 8 seconds to go. We're coming up on the end of this jam.
Right.
But not before Deb Crush picks up 4 more.
All right. That is going to end that. And we are, you know what, we're going to have Ithaca skater going to the box right at the end, one of our defenders. So they are going to, looks like, start with a, 2-skater disadvantage against ICT. So we're going to see a 4-on-2 pack to start. Which technically should and could be our final jam based on how everything works out here for our first period. Our score sitting 120-59. 61 points, man. Not a whole lot.
Not that big a spread, actually.
Not a whole lot. ICT coming back, strengthening a little bit later in our first period. So we are underway. We've got both jammers on the line again. 2-skater advantage in the pack for ICT. That's Machete and Meatballs out there for Ithaca, and the Subjugator for ICT right now, still battling for a lead jammer call.
I see almost 30 seconds in. And Machete Meatballs, your lead jammer.
She is, and folks, we are on our jam time now. We have expired our period clock for period number 1, and this one's going to end when we hear that fourth and final whistle. Then we will have our about a 5-minute halftime break, as that is going to be it. 2 points going up on Ithaca's side, and again, this is going to be our halftime break. Well, pretty action-packed first half, Mike.
Yes, and during the halftime here, I'll start running through the numbers that I've got here as far as tracking lead jammer stats and trying to get some scoring info here. But
Okay.
for the most part, it's been a lot of strong back and forth. Ithaca with a bit of an advantage here coming in this first half. But ICT made some great changes and adjusted pretty well going through, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half.
Indeed, definitely looking forward to it. And they did just update it. We got 1 more point going up, or 2 more points, excuse me, going up for Ithaca. So our scoring actually 63 points separating the two teams. But folks, we are going to be back here.
About
Believe
9 minutes is what
9
we're
minutes.
seeing.
Okay, looks like we are going to run a 10-minute halftime. So we'll be back here in about 9 minutes. So go take your break, use your restroom, grab you something to eat and drink, and we'll be back with you. I am MC Unreal.
I'm Rock the Mike.
All right, we'll be back here on track 1 in just about 8 minutes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rock to Mike back here with you, getting ready for the second half of Ithaca versus ICT. They cut halftime short on us. We just found out. Running some numbers here. We had 21 jams going on. Of those 21 jams, Ithaca had lead jammer 12 times. ICT had it 9. ICT the only team that attempted a star pass in that first half that we saw.
All right.
So those are the numbers I was able to crunch in a couple of minutes.
Right. Yeah, our halftime completely cut in half on us. So we are literally within about 10 seconds from getting this one started back up. So it's already been said, but I am MC Unreal.
And Rock to Mike.
And we are happy to be here with you again. I appreciate you tuning in. And again, we're going to get ready to go here in just a moment.
Yeah, she will be.
All right, everybody lining up here as we get ready for jam number 1 of half number 2.
They are lining up, and you know what? I'm gonna try to multitask here. I probably won't be talking a whole lot, but we did lose our camera operator here momentarily, so I'm gonna just try to keep an eye on. I see her making her way over here, but definitely want everybody to see the action.
All right, and we are back underway here. ICT was up in the front of the pack in black, Ithaca in red at the back.
And that's going to be Nora Morse just blasting her way out of that pack for lead jammer. And the Subjugator, what do you know? Subjugator back in. Oh, and that's going to be a track cut. Tough break.
That's a pretty popular matchup between these two. We've seen them jamming against each other quite a bit already.
Right, and we are going to have just a quick swap out and turning this into a marathon jam. So each jammer going to take a break, spend the exact same amount of time. Subjugator is out, Nora Morse is out, and again, we have no longer a lead jammer, so we will go the full 2 minute in our jam. Well, it wasn't a whole lot of time for ICT to try to get their heads together and come up with a plan. But, you know, I mean, coming out hard and heavy, I guess that's a great plan for the second half.
I'll say really just go on the offensive, attack it, and try and get out there quickly. Say lead jammer is obviously, you know, where it starts with. You need to get out in front first. You need to control that pack.
Well, that's it exactly. And obviously, you know, got to keep your jammers on the track. I mean, already here in our first jam of our second period, you know, we're going to kick that off with matching jammer penalties. You know, I don't know. Did get an opportunity to look at the whiteboard going into our halftime break, but fairly minimal. I mean, we had a few power jams in the first half, so they're probably fairly even at this point.
Not overly penalty heavy for the first half. There's definitely a few in there, but nothing out of control.
Yeah. I don't know that anybody's bleeding penalties right now. And right now we're going to see we got Nora Morse just tucked the star, just past it. That was 607 Gorgeous Curves takes over the star, but we're going to run out of time. It looks like we did get a 5-point scoring pass though for Ithaca before the end, before the penny the cover was passed. So 127.59. We are now about 27.5 minutes left here, and this is track 1, game number 4. We got lots of derby coming up. We got 4 more games on each track for our afternoon program as well.
We're only halfway through day 1. We still got the other half of this day and 2 more full days to go.
Yep. I think if I did my math right, 45 games in 3 days. Once again, mayhem. If I am understanding things correctly, we are still the largest WFTDA sanctioned tournament with an overall winner at the end, both for women's and for our men's. And if you haven't seen it, folks, haven't been on to look at, I know they did post the champion awards. Got to be some of the coolest things I've ever seen, man. You got to love the boxing championship belt for a roller derby tournament.
That's right. And Vanilla Slice, current your lead jammer for ICT, picked up 5 points in the last pass, another 5 on this pass. Deb Crush was jamming for Ithaca, but she went to the penalty box, I believe, for a cutting the track penalty. So ICT on a bit of a power jam roll here.
Well,
Very good thing they can try and take opportunity of and really try and pad that score as much as they can.
certainly. Well, Vanilla Slice again doing, working hard. She did get recycled back a little bit. Goes ahead, calls it off. Um, but that was just as Ithaca's jammer was released from the box. So we will start on a looks like a full strength jam -1 blocker for ICT. So going to be a 4-on-3 pack advantage for Ithaca. Already, Mike, we're sitting with only 51 points separating these teams, 127 to 71. So already we're seeing ICT. Whatever they got, whatever they decided on the halftime, it's working.
Yeah, say that 12-point jam that they just had definitely put a dent in it. If they can do that a few more times, this is going to get real interesting real fast.
Yep, and then here we go, number 3, again, Cold War, quickly out of the pack for Ithaca, and lead jammer designated. That was antihistamine for ICT, gets knocked down, but up quickly, escaping the pack and scoring eligible now.
And Cold War picking up 4. She's forced to call it off. Antihistamine really came around quickly. Great job by ICT's defensive players there. Knocking her out of bounds, getting her, stopped on that track.
Yeah, that was a great job. Dogpile, number 11, actually the one containing her right at the last minute, putting that little hip check into her to send her off the track, forcing the call off to prevent ICT from gathering any points. But we are now at a 60-point differential, just under 25 minutes left. And we are back underway at full strength, empty skatehouse.net penalty box. And number 817 Jagger out there for Ithaca this time, wearing the star. And
ICT's jammer trapped behind a 3-wall. Trying to see numbers here for you.
That's, I believe, type 2, Bomb Run Brit.
Yes.
Yes, it is. So she's out there wearing the star for ICT right now. Again, we got some great defense happening on both sides. Both defenses containing our jammer.
Yeah, we're already over 40 seconds in and no lead jammer.
Yeah, and I mean we haven't even made it more than halfway around the track. So again, great defense happening on this jam for both sides. And
both jammers getting hit with very tough 3-walls.
Yeah, we just got Bomb Run Brett just got forced off the track, going to be recycled back behind AKT 47.
There we go. We have a lead jammer.
Hey, it only took a minute 10 seconds. So great job.
Jagger for Ithaca, your lead jammer.
Yeah, definitely hard fought. I mean, it wasn't nobody made it easy that time around. So once again, Jagger is out. She is lead jammer, making the escape. Going to grab 5 on the scoring pass. So the grand slam. We got 4 on the track. We had 1 in the box. That was Cristeria. Nope, excuse me. That is not Cristeria. That would have been an Ithaca skater. That's number 10. Ex-Mental. Thank you. Standing up. Rejoining play now. ICT still down one defender. 4-on-3 pack advantage for Ithaca. All right. In the end, that is our 2 minutes expired. 4 more points for Ithaca. And ICT remaining scoreless. We are going to see looks like an official timeout being signaled.
Yeah, one of our inside pack refs calling the timeout here. Might be checking some penalty counts here.
All right. So once again, this is going to be our final game here in our morning program. We are going to take a break. Next game's scheduled to start at 3 o'clock our time. That is Mountain time. Here on track 1, that is going to be our second pool. Numbers 3 and 4 going at it. So that is going to be Twin City taking on Winnipeg. Ooh. So that's a good way to kick off our afternoon here on track number 1. On track number 2, we are going to see that's going to be Northwest Arkansas Oh, excuse me. Nope, sorry. Salisbury and Cheyenne. So Salisbury Roller Girls and Cheyenne are going to be on track number 2 at 3 o'clock. So we are back underway here. Machete and Meatballs has the lead jam call. We had a cover pass handed off to Dogpile, who's going to take over jamming duties for ICT right now, as Machete and Meatballs engaging now, looking to score some points.
Yeah, Bummer Bird with a good star pass there. Not quite fast enough to get around and get points, but it put enough pressure on that Ithaca was only able to put up 2.
Yeah, so it was a good job. Again, yeah, keep that pressure on, get the call off quick. But Ithaca at this point, they have actually doubled the score on ICT right now. So, you know, if we were doing the in-house drinking games, that everybody have to take a drink right now.
Right.
So, but hey, you know, if you're at home, enjoy. It's Friday and it's definitely afternoon somewhere. So, yeah, you know. As we are back in play, just over 21 minutes left in our period. Out there pushing her way through. That is the 987 and Nora Morse picking up the lead jammer call for Ithaca. ICT, we have got cover stash by the Subjugator, trying to get some help. She does make her way through. She is eligible to score.
Yes, it almost looks like she's trying to go for the star pass, but then actually had an opportunity to shoot around the outside and clear it.
And so that one going to come to another quick conclusion as Ithaca sees what's happening there, calls it off, picking up 4 points in the process. And we are down to just over 20 and a half minutes left in our game. And once again, just want to remind you that Skate Rats Roller Derby Shop invites you to take a break from the mayhem and visit historic downtown Loveland. Take advantage of big sales and promotions this weekend. You will be amazed by the large inventory and great service at Skate Rats Roller Derby Shop. You can find Skate Rats on Facebook for more info.
That is Vanilla Slice breaking through the pack, getting the lead jammer for ICT.
And she is the lead jammer. She is grabbing points. She is calling off the jam, and she did beat Deb Crush to those points, picking up the 4. That was a nice job, a little pirouette to stay in bounds and to get around for that fourth and final point. So we will line it up again. And the positive jam for ICT. We are now 146.75. And just over 19 and a half minutes left in our game. Lining it up with full strength, 5-on-5.
I'll say much like the first half, Ithaca dominating early, but ICT looking to make some adjustments, kind of starting to come back a bit here.
Yeah, we've got Cold War out there for Ithaca. She is doing the work against antihistamine, who is out there for ICT. But I tell you what, Cold War just quickly makes the pass on the outside to get that lead jammer status. Antihistamine, she is through. She is looking to score as well. And we'll see if she got anything. Looks like bounced off the back of the pack. And no, they were able to keep her scoreless. So again, Ithaca capitalizing, adding a few to their side of the board.
Yeah, it looks like 3 from what I'm seeing here.
And right now it's 74 points separating these two teams. 18 and a half minutes left as we get ready to line it up.
ICT in the front in black, Ithaca in the back in red.
And looks like that should be Machete and Meatballs out there for Ithaca. And battling out there for ICT. Looks like we got a... I don't know. That's definitely a scrum. That's
it is scrumalicious.
It's scrumalicious. It's like scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious. And that is
Heater Up.
Heater Up. There we go. 180. Have we seen Heater Up out there? Maybe not this half.
Not this half for sure. Yeah. We did see her twice in the first half.
Okay, we are going to just now see Nuclear Holocaust head to the box for ICT as well. So she's going to take up a brief residence in the skatehouse.net penalty box here on track number 1. And another teammate going to join her. taking a break in the Sin Bend dog pile, taking a 30-second seat. And Machete and Meatballs having a tough time right now. She is our lead jammer. She keeps getting recycled, though. Now finding an opening, some daylight. And, oh, there we go. I'm sorry. That was our initial pass.
Oh, so we did not have one
we
yet.
We did not have a lead jammer. Boy, that was
minute and a half.
That was a great defensive jam. But Machete and Meatballs did make the initial pass. That is a scoring pass for 5 points. And right now, again, heater up, assign the star. Looks like we have a cover going. That pass is going to Dogpile. So Dogpile booking it out of the pack. Oh, a heavy shot there. Pooter smacker. I think she smacked her right in the pooter. But that was big. That was big. Big hit right there at the end. A couple more points going up for Ithaca. And scoreless jam for ICT. As we are rolling down towards 16 minutes.
And so one thing we're definitely starting to see as we go later on here, ICT getting much better with their walls. See, defense has really stepped up in this second half. The fact that we went a minute and a half without a lead jammer is nuts.
Yeah, that was definitely, again, strong defense coming out. We'll see who's got the endurance to hold it. Again, we've got just over 15 minutes left as we are back in play here. Jam number 10. That is Nora Morse for Ithaca, and the subjugator picking up lead jammer for ICT. So that's a position that ICT wants to be in right now. Nora Morse breaking free of the pack, and we are going to see a couple of Ithaca defenders swapping out from the skatehouse.net penalty boxes. That one comes to a quick close, picking up looks like 2 points for ICT, keeping Ithaca scoreless that time around.
And this is only the third jam in this second half that ICT has gotten that lead jammer status. So the other 7 all went to Ithaca. So again, Ithaca still dominating like we saw in the first half. But it was right about this point in time that we started seeing things start to balance out a little bit more.
Yep, about halfway through. So we'll see what ICT has in store. See if they can start making a little bit stronger capitalization on opportunities. Right now the whistle has blown, and that is going to be a Vanilla Slice out of the pack first cleanly for lead jammer ICT. And looks like she's going to work against Deb Crush, who has escaped the pack now herself. And there we go, ICT using that magical lead jammer power, getting that called off. So we're going to have a scoreless jam. One of the, not a whole lot of scoreless jams in our game.
No, but sometimes the scoreless jam is actually a win for you because you're breaking that momentum shift.
Indeed.
Getting things up. That was 2 jams in a row that ICT's had lead jammer now. So starting to see some change.
And if they can continue to capitalize right now, we are going to start 4-on-3 pack advantage for ICT, at least briefly. We got one standing in the box.
And ICT lined up on the back this time. Typically, we've been seeing them in the front. So a bit of a change there as well. And Colbor out in front first for Ithaca, your lead jammer.
Yes, indeed. And right here and right now, that is antihistamine out of the pack for ICT as well. And Cold War coming in, getting knocked to the inside of turn number 2. Oh, and we got
a little friendly fire.
Rachel Rage getting taken out by her own jammer, but everybody showing the love.
That's right. They hugged it out. We're good.
They did. It's okay. Here we are. We are approaching 13 minutes left in this game, Mike. It seems like it's going fast.
It is definitely going fast, yeah.
I'm sure ICT is looking at that clock saying the exact same thing right now. They are down. It's 81 points by my terrible math work here, but I believe that is correct. 81 points separating our 2 teams.
Sounds about right.
And at least we got clear penalty boxes, so we got full strength to see what we can do.
Machete and Meatballs on the line again, jamming for Ithaca.
And that is
Bomb Run Britt.
Yeah, so Britt out there a little busier this afternoon. No, this is our second period. I guess it is afternoon. It doesn't matter where we're at.
And it is going to be Ithaca with the lead jammer. So Machete and Meatballs, your lead jammer right now.
Yeah, again, Bomb Run Brett out there for ICT having a tough time. A great job. That's number 47, AKT 47. Again, doing a little singular defensive work out there.
And Bomb Run Brick getting a cutting the track penalty. Came in just a half a second too soon.
So this one continuing to go in Ithaca's favor.
Yeah. That was one of those weird situations too. Like Ithaca's blocker just keeps dropping back right there, 19 and a half feet. And Bomber Brick just came in just slightly too soon.
That's just all it took.
Yep.
Is that 6 inches. As this is continuing, we do have just a 5-point pass there for Nora Morris. I'm sorry, that's Machete and Meatballs. I tell you what, that 978, 987 is going to get me every time here, Mike. But that is Machete and Meatballs. She is now a little stalled out against that 4-wall of ICT defense.
But Bomb Run Bird is back in. She's got a little helmet cover stash going on, trying to sneak her way through.
She is definitely working on that as Machete picking up 5 points on her last scoring pass. Continue to extend it here for Ithaca. That is going to be the last scoring pass on the jam. And looks like we are updated 168-77 ICT, and rolling down to 10.5 minutes left here in period number 2.
And ICT calling for a timeout.
That was like
Erkin
barely
missing the deadline.
So once again, coming up here, next game. This is going to be after our break. It'll be starting at 3 p.m. Mountain Time here at Mayhem 2016 here on track number 1. Again, that is going to be Twin City Derby girls facing off against Winnipeg Roller Derby League. That is going to be our first game we're going to see between those two teams. On track number 2, that is going to be that is Salisbury Roller Girls taking on Cheyenne Capitals in our pool number 4. So again, lots more action coming up. The second game of our afternoon, scheduled start time 4:30. Again, we're running a bit behind here, but that's going to be men's. That's going to be here on track 1 again at scheduled our 4:30 schedule time. That will be Glenmore Reservoir Dogs and Bisman Bombers, who won their first game today, just barely beating out Sioux City. And on track number 2 again, our men's game over there. That will be Denver Ground Control, who have not played yet, taking on Collision, who beat Sioux City in their first game.
Yes, and that came down right towards the end.
Unbelievable men's derby so far today. Very close. Right now, that is going to be Nora Morse, number 987, picking up that lead jammer call. Again, just battling her way through as we got a cover stash. Subjugator with the cover off.
What would have been a huge apex jump if she hadn't made contact in midair, landing in the infield.
Yeah, that was a great job. But Nora Morse finding the outside that time around, picking up 5 points in the process. And there we go. Subjugator now escaping the pack with 4 points of her own. We got Ithaca already 10 points on that last pass. That's going to be 4 more points, so a total of 14 on the jam so far.
Saying just under 9.5 left to play, so we're starting to wind things down here a little bit time-wise.
Yeah, Subjugator got knocked off the track there in turn number 3. They drug her back, so it made her rejoin play, which is going to allow Nora Morse to pick up another 5-point pass.
So Ithaca now spreading the lead out over 100 points.
Yeah, Subjugator picks up 4 points on that pass, so it's going to close that gap slightly.
And another 4 for Nora Moore, so she calls it off. Bring that to a 23-point jam.
And we are going to be sitting right now then 191-85. Ithaca still hanging on to their lead. We are at 8.5 minutes left. And as we start this next one, ICT going to have the one skater advantage in the pack as our whistle blows. And the battle for the front has been won. Oh, that's going to go to, that's Vanilla Slice, because Deb Crush, who was actually out of the pack first, picked up a track cut. So Power Jam now in play for ICT. We'll see if they can actually capitalize and make something happen, sort of where they need to be at this moment.
It's a lucky break for Vanilla Slice getting that opportunity because it was really close.
It was really close, and like I say, if it wouldn't have been for that track cut.
Yeah.
Oh, except that track cut. Oh, she was backwards. Skates cross the rope, and so she is going to go to the box now. So we are going to see, as soon as she takes a seat, we will indeed see Deb Crush leave the box. So again, we are back on a marathon jam. Our lead jammer has been removed. That is going to be number 88, Riptide, re-engaging for Ithaca out of the penalty box as well. And right now, Deb Crush trying to work her magic against a supported 2-wall. And
A misconduct penalty being assessed.
Huh. Yeah, that was interesting. I didn't really see the contact, but
No.
misconduct was called on Deb Crush. That's going to send her back to the skatehouse.net penalty box for this jam, which means that we have a power jam in play now for ICT. So with Vanilla Slice back in play, just picked up 5 points on the pass. We'll see what she can do. Power jam concluding, and Deb Crush making her way back into play. Oh, and Vanilla Slice tried for that apex jump, did not land it. Knew her skates came down, so wisely crawled herself back in.
Yeah.
She does pick up 4 more points as that one comes to a close. And so close. ICT within 1 point of that century mark right now. But you know what? They're hanging right in there with 6 minutes left. 191-99. You know, Ithaca hanging on. But again, ICT definitely not letting up the second period. We will light this one off here. And as far as I can tell, we are at full strength. We will see out there for Ithaca under the star. That is
Cold War.
And back in the back, trying to push your way through that line of red. That is antihistamine, number 0 for ICT, who does escape the pack, is now scoring eligible.
Yeah, so both teams using a very, consistent 4-jammer rotation.
Oh, and a track cut, tough break. That's going to send Cold War to the skatehouse.net penalty box, and that is going to allow 5 points to go on the board for antihistamine on her first scoring pass in this power jam.
So a couple of lucky breaks here for ICT. Literally, they get some points up on that board. I say in penalty management, it's kind of been the theme all day long here. You got to make sure you're staying out of that box.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it certainly, especially your jammers. I mean, of course, you can't score without your jammer on the track.
Right.
And then when you start with lead, and then you lose lead, again, you lose that ability to control the clock, which is what Ithaca's working on right now. Obviously, they've got enough of a score pad here. All they got to do is keep in it, stay ahead of the clock, and just play smart. Cold War picks up 4 points. Again, we are going to go the full 2 minutes here, running down just under 30 seconds left on our jam clock. And Cold War, again, quickly through, just slips out with another 5-point pass.
Let's see, ICT has broken the century mark. Right now we're looking at 200 to 104. Jam clock starting to wind down here. Just a few seconds left to try and get those last remaining points. Cold War, another quick pass. Picks up 5 more.
Yeah, smoothly through. She does get them. We're going to have 4 more points going on the ICT side of the board. She, again, Cold War picked up that last 5.
So 14-9 on that jam.
Definitely a very active jam. A couple of, again, power jam changes there. As we are at 3.5 minutes left in our game, Mike. Ithaca is still hanging on, 205-108.
Yeah, ICT not really making it easy for them, though. So Ithaca's been controlling from the beginning, but ICT continues to keep pushing. And just like this, the Subjugator getting out in first, getting that lead jammer.
Yeah, again, now here's where it comes to be super important that they keep her on the track. So she's got to know where her skates are. Oh, Lord, that was a huge, huge hit. Don't know exactly who made initial contact. I'm thinking it was sort of combined. Subjugator sort of running into mandatory chaos. Again, not really anybody initiating the contact. They sort of collided at the same time,
Yeah.
but everybody is up. Subjugator is off the track. That one coming to a close. She did pick up 4 more points, but it looks like she may be feeling that hit.
I'm feeling that hit, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even involved.
Yeah.
That was
heavy.
Big, nasty hit.
We were talking earlier. When you can feel the concrete floor in here shake,
Yeah.
yeah, that was impact. So right now we are at just under 2.5 minutes left. ICT coming out on the positive end of that last jam with 4 points, so 205-112. We are back in play now, rolling under 2 minutes left on our period clock. That is the 987 and Nora Morse out there for Ithaca. And that is Vanilla Slice. Oh, coming through, not lead jammer though. Did not see the signal for no pass, no penalty. Don't know. Or we already had it assigned.
Yeah, we already had
it called. That was quick.
It was
okay.
very
It was very
quick on the lead jammer call, but then she got trapped and fell back behind. Vanilla Slice just shoots right through, like full gunner on the 5.0.
Yeah, and yeah. So wisely, Ithaca just using the power, calling off the jam. We are at 1.5 minutes left, and still sitting 205-112.
So we've got time for 1, maybe 2 more jams here.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I would have to imagine if ICT getting the lead jammer like they just did, that was antihistamine getting that lead jammer call. We'll see. She most likely, I would imagine, run it for points because it's not going to do them any good to call this off.
No, so they need to, in order to keep, with the rankings and everything, they need to get as many points as they can.
But with Deb Crush coming around, again, they got to try to prevent that. So you know what? They're going to trade points, 2 for 2, keeping that differential exactly the same. But as we are now under 1 minute, again, we could see 1 more jam. We could see this as our final jam with the 30 seconds in between. But we are going to have a timeout now being called. So ICT going to go ahead and use their final timeout. They still have their official review on board, though. But again, team timeout being called by ICT to try to make a final plan for our final 40 seconds of gameplay here in this game. Well, again, it's been an exciting one. Score, a little bit of a deficit there, but ICT, always coming back, always sticking it in. I think Ithaca, though, the biggest thing is seeing a couple of pretty major power jams with some big scoring.
Yeah, a 19-point jam, a 24-point jam. Sorry, 23-point jam. I did my math wrong.
That's okay. You were close, so that's better than me. I'd had to take my shoes off. And
23-point jam is our biggest scoring jam so far in this game over here. On the other tracker this morning, we had a 32. So we've seen a few pretty big jams here today. But for the most part, it's been Ithaca just consistently getting out, getting that one pass, shutting it down.
Right.
And just, lather, rinse, repeat.
That's it. And that's it's a proven winning combination right there. So we are back in play. Gonna have to say that this is likely our final jam. And ICT and the Subjugate are gonna jump out, take that lead jammer call. We got Cold War out there wearing the star right now for Ithaca. But again, could be our final jam, 25 seconds and counting on the clock. Again, this will end when our final whistle blows on the jam, not when our period clock ends. So looks like we got signal here. Erkin is telling Subjugator, just keep going. Just keep going. Again, got to
Rack
get as
'em
many
up,
points
yep.
as you can, because if they call it off, Ithaca can call the timeout because they have all their timeouts left. So, again, they got to run that clock out. So
There it goes.
now, I mean, if ICT wants to, they could call it off. But Ithaca is through, picking up points now. Cold War just grabbed 4. And Subjugator, though, she is going to call it off. Picks up 1 more point. We are, that is going to be officially unofficial. Going to have a final tally. Looks like
Currently, it's saying 211 for Ithaca to 118 ICT. There it is. I thought we had seen that last point come at the last. So
there it is.
211 to 119.
All right, so Ithaca coming out on top here in game number 4, track number 1 of Mayhem 2016. So great job again. I mean, yeah, a little bit of a disparity in the score, but a well-played game on both sides. Hard fought, definitely some hard hits.
Yes, very hard hits coming in.
Yeah, and so coming up, again, we are going to have a break. We're going to be taking a break, scheduled to start our next half at 3 o'clock, so it's about 30 minutes from now. We were, I think, hoping for a little bit more of a break.
But we'll take what we can get. The same for you guys, it's good. Not as much time without the action going on here, so
Certainly, hopefully.
half an hour, plenty of time for you to run out.
Yep.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do, get back for more. Again, coming up here this afternoon, we're going to kick it off with here on track number 1. It's going to be Rock to Mike joining Mama Sita, or being joined by Mama Sita. This is going to be our second pool. These are going to again be our Twin City Derby girls facing off against Winnipeg. And again on track number 2 to kick off the afternoon, that will be, again, you're going to hear Captain Lou Albamo and Ms. Communication doing work for Salisbury Roller Girls and Cheyenne Capitals. Again, that's going to be track number 2. And looks like we are official. That is our final. 211, 119, Ithaca coming out on top. So, again, you guys have got, almost a half hour, a little under a half hour, a little over a half hour, whatever. But we'll be starting back in about a half hour here. I am MC Unreal.
I'm Rock to Mike.
And we'll see you guys here in about 30 minutes.